Here is your reminder. Work on your book.
Welcome to another episode of the Big Love Podcast, and I'm your host, Leon Big Love Wilson. This is a separate show from my regular show on Monday mornings at 7 a.m. This new show will be called Real Talk with Big Love, and I'm really glad that you guys showed up. This show is all about the different experiences that I have just in the real world. And as we know, what's the headline in the real world today is COVID. And this show is all about navigating COVID in the workplace. Now, I've had some experience. Now, we know the workplace is a place where we have strict guidelines. You're not supposed to talk about religion. You're not supposed to talk about politics, race, so many different things, sex. Even though people still talk about all these different things, sexual orientation, they still talk about all these different things. But there are rules that we're supposed to follow. Well, COVID has somehow blurred a lot of those rules and regulations that we should follow. Well, I had an experience last week on my 9 to 5. Now, for the last year on my job, we've had to wear a mask as we walk around the office. And if you're in your office or at your cubicle desk, you don't have to wear a mask. But we still have to practice social distancing. And even if we have to go to the restroom, you have to have your mask on. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. People have still um, been missing work with COVID, but I'm comfortable with it. Remember, most of us have spent a year at home sheltering in place. So when we had to go back into the workforce to the job, we were somewhat skeptical, but in going back and having to wear the mask, it just made me feel a little bit better. And I was able to say, okay, I can do this. Well, last week, a mandate came down from OSHA as part of the government, part of the US government. This is something that Biden had put in place. And what it said was, and this was an email sent out to everyone, and there was some shocked people there, but I'll get to that. What it said was that if you have proof of a vaccination, that you've been vaccinated, then you no longer have to wear the mask at work. Okay, now you hear me. If you have proof of your vaccination, you no longer have to wear your mask at work. If you're not vaccinated, you have to agree to be weekly tested at the company at the company's cost. So it's not going to cost you anything. The company will pay for it, but you will be tested. You have to submit to be tested weekly for COVID, and you have to keep your mask on. So when this came out, it was a shockwave over the whole company because we have people that work in the office, and then there's a factory where the mechanics and engineers where they work at too, where they build stuff. And immediately people started to separate in these little groups, and you can hear like whispers and what people will do and what they won't do and all this type of things. And then I started to think about it as well. Now no one wants to wear a mask. I know I don't. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't like that. I can't breathe. I don't like that. But for the safety of myself and my family and my friends, along with my coworkers, I wear a mask. Well, that same day that the email came out, I'm walking around the company and I started seeing people without a mask on that day. The first person I saw was one of the presidents of the company. He's walking without a mask. And then I saw another person. Well, I just eased myself back to my office and closed the door. Because here's my problem. If you remember, the mask is really it's really for the people who have COVID, who could be asymptomatic, who may have it. And to keep me from catching it, if you have COVID, I need you to wear a mask. So when you and I are talking, the spittle or the virus itself doesn't come out your mouth, come over and hit me in my nostrils or in my eyes or wherever else. And then I catch COVID. So really the mask is for people with COVID or any type of symptoms of COVID. That's what the mask was originally set for. Now, we all wear masks for a couple of reasons, it's my understanding. Number one is to show the solidarity in that if you have to wear a mask because you may have symptoms, then I'm going to wear a mask because I don't want you to feel like you're kind of out of it. You're weird. So I wear a mask to keep down any germs that I might have. And added with that, I may be infected with COVID and I don't know it. I don't know it. So I have a mask on just in case that I've caught COVID over the weekend and I don't want to spread it. So that's what that is. But once you take the mask off because you've shown proof that you're vaccinated, well, hold on. What if you catch COVID? Now, I had the show last week and I talked about how after I was vaccinated, I still caught COVID. So that means even though everyone in the office, if you can show that you've been vaccinated, that doesn't mean that you won't catch COVID. That means I still can go to work and catch COVID from you, even though we're both vaccinated. And then if I catch COVID, then I can bring that home to my family and my friends. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. It's better if you keep your mask on, I keep my mask on, even though we can't stand that. It's for the safety of both of us, for the safety of our families, our kids, our friends. So I didn't like that at all. Some people were talking about they were going to quit if they had to submit. These were people who were not vaccinated and had no plans on getting vaccinated. And they didn't feel that they needed to take tests. Well, here's another issue that I have. You're not going to get vaccinated. But in the same regards, if you get sick and you have the virus and you're infected, you don't want to know that you can infect someone else. Well, what is that all about? You know, I had such a huge response from the show last week with people saying that it's a hoax, that there's no there's no COVID, that this is all something put on by the government. This is all lies and just stupid talk or whatever they call it. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what's true. Uh, People had put in the comments, well, what about I don't know. What about if 10 years from now you find out that there was cancer in the vaccine and now you have cancer? Well, I would like to live to see 10 years from now. Let me cross that bridge when I get to it. because right now I want to live. Do I trust the government? Well, as far as I can throw 'em. But I have to at least stand on something, and I've chosen to stand on uh, saving my family, my friends, keeping them from getting anything that I could pass on to them. And then if you think about it, look at look what we've done over the years. We've taken flu shots and measles and all these different shots over the years that we didn't have. Someone said, "Well, do you know what's in it?" Well, I'm not a doctor. No, I don't know what's in it. There's a lot of stuff I don't know what's in it. Um, I don't know what's in toothpaste, but I use it. Other than fluoride. Uh, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. And then I had people to respond with, well, why are they trying to mandate this? Why are they trying to make us do this? Well, hold on now. Seatbelts are mandated. We wear seatbelts for our own safety, right? Right. And hopefully other people wearing seatbelts for their safety. We stop at red lights. We stop at red lights for our own safety, but we stop at red lights so we won't run in and kill somebody else. These are mandates. I don't really understand the difference. And this new mandate that came out saying that you don't have to wear masks, I don't agree with that. I don't I don't agree with that. Well, just like the weather change at any given time, a couple of days after that mandate came out, the Supreme Court struck it down. They said that it was unconstitutional for the government to mandate people be vaccinated and to submit to these weekly tests. And so on my job, they came out with an email saying that uh, disregard what we had said 2 days ago. We're going back to what we had prior, which is everyone wear masks all the time, unless you're sitting at your desk. Social distance, stay at least 6 feet apart. And I like that. I I I I I like that. I I think I think that's the way that you navigate COVID in the workplace, by keeping your face covered, by staying separate. Let's get to the truth though. Nothing is going to change until there's a cure for COVID. It could be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Nothing is going to change. COVID will continue to mutate and change itself and come out to be something different. But my understanding, it goes into different hosts that are not vaccinated, and it's able to mutate, especially in a person that's asymptomatic, symptomatic, that it can sit in there and rebuild itself and create itself all over again. So we're going to be in this situation for a long time. The question is, though, are we going to focus on ourselves and just care about me, or are we going to um, realize that we're all in this together? It's that one nation under God. Why are we still not one nation? Why do we choose to listen to someone else spew out some type of craziness, conversations, or listen to whatever news programs or other people who are not doctors just come up and just say something and we believe it? How is that? One thing that is, and I'm sure someone will say something different, and that is the graph that I have on the screen right now. I mean, these numbers are the numbers. People have died and are dying. I just lost another person a week ago from complications due to COVID. This was a man younger than myself, and now he's gone. Wonderful. When do we when do we when do we stop that? People are dying. What is it? We you got to go you got to go with something. So we got to leave the world some kind of what? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I mean, the Bible says that you can shorten your days, and the way you shorten your days is by doing stupid stuff. Um, I don't know. Some people believe taking the vaccine is one of those stupid things. I don't know. I don't know. But this is one of those areas where there's no middle ground. You can't stand on the fence. It's yes or no. It's one or the other. I'm choosing to be vaccinated, to get the booster, to continue to get boosters. If I have to get a booster every 6 months, I'm willing to get a booster every 6 months because I need to try. I need to do what I can to be safe. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just here just like you. And all I want to do is to protect myself and my family and my friends and my coworkers as well. I don't want them to be sick. I don't want to give them something that they take home, give to one of their kids or maybe their elderly parent, and it kills them. I don't want that. I don't want that on my conscience. So I'm going to do everything that I can do to protect me and you because we're one nation, one people under God. That's who we are. That's who we used to be. I don't know. But on the job, we're back to where we're back to where we were over a week ago, actually for the last year or so. And I'm glad. I'm glad we're wearing masks. I don't like it, but I'm glad we're wearing masks. Well, that's my real talk. And I'm Leon Big Love Wilson. And I so appreciate you coming out. I so appreciate you visiting my channel. It means a lot to me, and I love to talk to you guys about it. You know, the reason this channel exists is because, first of all, we're separated. We don't get together in groups like we used to. But we still need to have these conversations. We still need to communicate with each other. And that's not just with people that's like-minded. It's not communicate with people who just think like we do. We need to talk to people with different mindsets so we can know how someone else thinks. And that might help us to make an informed decision. There's no one that's 100% right. We're making this stuff up as we go, and we need to talk about it. We need to brainstorm it. So I appreciate you guys. I really do. I appreciate you guys. I want you to continue to watch my show. I want you to continue to like and subscribe because I believe that we need to have these conversations. And hopefully soon you'll start talking back to me, letting me know what you think so we can expand the conversation. Real Talk with Big Love is here to stay, and it's going to be Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to continue to stream live. So hopefully you'll come out, you'll join us, and you'll be a part of this whole family that we're creating. So thanks again. You take care of yourself, and what I always say, please take big love and give it to everyone you know. Be blessed.